Hi, Scottish Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. Today, because we're still about a foot deep in snow, we're going to go into the hills and see if we can find an old abandoned powder magazine. So join us, have some beautiful views and find out what a powder magazine is. I don't know if you can make that, it's Nicole trying to throw snowballs at me. Good for snowballs.
They make it everywhere.
Wow, you've got quite a distance to get me. So we've no real idea where we're going.
No, we just know it's up the hill.
Yeah. It must be within the trees somewhere though.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, let's go.
So today we're out on a bit of a walk, as you see. The place is entirely covered in snow, so we can't go to a beach, and it would be quite futile to look in any of these fields that you can see around us, which are also covered in snow. So we thought we would take a walk and see if we can find a very old building around here. It's the remains of an old powder magazine. And we'll see a lot more about that if we find it.
Hope so.
So wish us luck. Think we're going to find it then?
I hope so. I know it's up there, but I don't know if we can get to it.
Well, let's see. It's a glorious day, it's really beautiful today. Sun quite strong in the sky, surprisingly warm despite the appearance. It's quite steep, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we've picked the steepest route up this hill.
Yeah. I guess golf is a sport after all.
Well, long and slow stroll, I guess.
Yeah, but the snow is a bit like kind of deep sand, huh?
Yeah, you're like kind of dragging your heels through sand.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really nice and fresh.
Yeah, it's beautiful today.
Yeah.
Let's take a wee look at the town. So what you can see there is the kind of much newer side of the little town that we live in called Cupar. That's the west side of the town. We live right across on the east side, which is away behind those trees. You want we see it already?
No.
No.
Doesn't look like it, but we're on a golf course.
Yeah, I think it's quite a steep hill as well.
Yeah.
But challenging for golfers.
Yeah.
No golfers out today though. I can't imagine quite why not. It's a beautiful day for it. So here's another one of these bunkers that we were talking about just a moment ago. So if you needed any proof that this was a golf course, that's it right there. Let's get on up the hill. And it looks like we're going into the shade. We'd always intended to walk through the woods, but the path, we saw somebody else going up that path, so we decided instead to come across the golf course, knowing that in this weather it was extremely unlikely that we'd bump into a golfer. Any Arctic golfers watching this, please let us know how you would cope, if at all, with these kinds of weather conditions. Sorry, silly question.
Really nice old wall there.
So this wall marks out one side of a very, very old trade path, and we're going to maybe come back down that way, but we'll certainly have a quick look. But that trade path used to link the town over the hill here, and that town is called Ceres, so that people from Ceres would come over down along this path marked by this wall to the market town of Cupar. If you've seen our Helitarvit video, you'll know when that wee town there, Cupar, became a market town, and what happened to its famous market cross. Onwards and upwards. It's a pity it's really snowy today actually, because this old road that I was just telling you about, it has old flagstones lining it all the way along. So you're up on the path then?
Yeah, well this is a fantastic vantage point, and I noticed somebody made a snow angel.
There's the aforementioned snow angel.
Yeah.
So that path that I was talking about, it's just down there, on the other side of a gully. But I think the building that we're looking for is on this side of that gully, so we're in the right place.
But where are we going to go? Are we going to go down there to the path or up that hill?
Yeah, the hill looks a little bit off-putting, to be honest. It's the trees, but it's almost vertical.
Yeah.
You can't really see it there, but it is almost vertical.
Yeah, so I guess it's that way.
Yeah, I think we're going to take the down road here on this one. Listen to the birdies. Okay, Nicole's just found the bird that's making that noise. Let's go see if we can see it.
It's a tiny bird.
I don't even see it.
It's just there. Just in between the branches.
Oh yeah. So we are on the other side of the old trade route, and this narrow path, you can see there's a little, I say a little burn, so that's a little river, not really a river, a little, sorry?
Creek.
A creek, we could call it a creek, we could get away with creek. So yeah, you can see there, that's icy, that's the little creek, and just on the other side of that creek where the camera is pointing now, you can see that wall, and just beside the wall is this path then that used to run all the way up and down from Ceres to Cupar.
The old road starts here on the outskirts of Cupar, and it crosses over the hill before coming out at Moor Road in the village of Ceres. There is little doubt that this is an ancient route, though there is very little information about it. Looking for place names, I was surprised to find nothing on any of the maps that I've found. No names for the hill or for this road have been given until fairly recently. Military maps from 1747 show but do not give a name for this old path, and earlier maps of Fife omit the road altogether. By 1828, a wider road, called Ceres Road, had been constructed around the hill, and if you see or hear a car early on in the video, that car is travelling along Ceres Road. Maps made after this date continued to mark this route but gave it no name. Today, on this side of the hill, the road is simply called the footpath to Ceres. On the other side of the hill, it's unsurprisingly called the footpath to Cupar. So it remains without a name, a space between two named places. Clearly the road was of little interest to anyone who were making maps over the years, though as the principal connection between the market town of Cupar and its neighbour Ceres, it must have been a well-trodden and very important local route. Around halfway up the hill, a small bridge leads off this path and into the interesting landscape of Drumdryan Quarry.
Okay, well it looks like there is a path here, so we're going to take this path. Whether it's the right path or not, we will find out when we get there. Yeah, this is when having a GPS marker would be handy, right?
Yeah, we'll just keep exploring.
One day I imagine this video might turn up in a sort of Blair Witch type sense. I just saw something run across the top of that hill, just up there. Yeah, just saw a black movement. It could have been that bird there actually, that just swooped down. I see a hawk flying through the trees.
Alright.
Up here?
Oh yeah!
Yeah. As usual, you'll be getting used to this now. Every single time I sit down to do a little bit of B-roll, taking a beautiful view, you hear that familiar sound. An excited noise from Nicole, which tells us that we've reached our goal, or Nicole's reached it. Let's go see what she's found. You excited?
I found it!
That's very cool. So obviously it's just around this corner.
It is, yeah.
Super. Oh wow, yeah, yeah. You can see it just coming into view here. So one of the things that's remarkable about this as well is its architectural design. It's quite unique in terms of powder houses, or at least it's very rare because of those Gothic features, most notably the ceiling. So let's take a close look at this place. Yeah, the door is indeed open. Quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah. What's it? Is it iron?
Yeah, the door there is iron, and there's an iron frame set into the stonework. Take a closer look at that in a second.
Those things up there.
Yeah, Nicole's pointed out that there's a vent, or I don't think that's a window, that must be a vent.
Yeah.
Some kind. I'll zoom in on that so you can have a closer look at that.
You see it's going to fall apart, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's already falling apart, but you know, we'll take what we can get. So I'll just walk around this building so you can get a closer look at the structure. It's old brambles, but they're still jaggy. So I've been a little bit apprehensive here. Wow, you can see that there's double walls, right? So the reason that there would be double walls, I'm guessing maybe to stop. Well, I don't know if anybody would care that much if there was an explosion up here. But yeah, it's double lined wall, it's rough stonework in the interior and what looks like a much more nicely faced stonework on the outside. Now there's something up on the roof there, there's some ironwork up on the roof. There's a little ringlet hole there, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I don't know what that would have been used for, or what might have been attached to it. If anybody's curious about what all those mounds around us are as well, this area used to be a quarry. One of the things that the town of Cupar was once famous for was that it had so many quarries. It was said to be an inexhaustible source of good building stones. So we can see among some of the features here, there are these holes in the wall. They're regular, so there was quite possibly some shelving or some hangers or something attached to the wall here. There's a series of smaller, but again very regular holes a little further up the wall as well, and these go all the way along the wall. In the back wall we can see two further holes, and similarly a little bit further up on this wall we can see yet more. So there's definitely some kind of interior structure in this. I'm going to take a little look at the roof because this is one of the interesting architectural features of this building. You can see this kind of Gothic vaulted ceiling there. Old flagstone floor, sadly covered in lots of debris. Oh, there's a wee face at the window. Who's that at the window?
Just me, are you home?
Oh well, I'm just making a cup of tea. Do you want to come in for a wee cup of tea and a scone?
Get a wee bit cold out here.
It is, aye. Well, I'm just going to come out here if you want to take a wee look in here. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
There's lots of sort of like internal features. Well, I say lots, but there's a few notable internal features. There's lots of little holes in the wall over there as well. They're regular, so I'm guessing, and then there's bigger ones up there. Yeah, smaller ones down there as well. Just basically take a look down the wall.
Maybe there were shelves in here.
This is what I was just saying, yeah, I reckon that's what they were for. So just to remind everyone, this building was used to store ammunitions, explosives, gunpowder, dynamite, anything that could destroy basically anything that could destroy a building in the village was packed away in here so that it didn't cause any damage.
Yeah. For the quarry that's just around the corner, you can still see the sandstone. It's really impressive.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's go have a look at the quarry.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things you were saying is, I think, that this building was still used until fairly recently.
Until
because of the quarry.
Yeah, I read it was used until the 1990s.
1990 seems
Yeah.
incredibly recent, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's only 30 years for something like this to still be used.
I find that hard to believe, but then again, you know, certainly, if we look here as well, one of the things that we can see on this door, and I'll try and get in so that we don't have the light outside ruining the shot, but we can see that there's a metal feature here. That could have been a bar for holding a door on, and we can also see that the stone has been worked here. There's a right angled cut in the stone, so there was an interior door. Most likely there was some kind of an interior door as well as an exterior door.
A double door.
Yes, double doors. We're going to leave this this old powder magazine behind, and we're going to have a wee look at what's left of the old quarry.
It's just over there.
So there's some massive uncut stone here. It's a sandstone quarry, or was a sandstone quarry. And this is one of the things then that made the wee village of Cupar famous back in the day, was this stone. Good building stone. Wow.
Next to it if you want, so you can see.
Yeah, let's
how big
get
it
a sense of scale. We usually do this with buildings, but in this today we'll do it using a boulder. There we go. That's better scale now. Nicole's not hiding behind a tree. Better sense of the scale there.
Yeah, it's really quite fab. We've got to come back here in the summer.
Yeah, and get a proper look at this old quarry, right?
Yeah, because there's a lot more down there, but I can't see where to go.
Yeah.
If you take a close look at the 1888 map of Cupar, you will find that there was once an abundance of quarries in the area. Drumdryan is one of those old quarries, and it has been in and out of use until around 1990. The name Drumdryan seems to have come to Fife from Edinburgh, which lies across the River Forth, and we can look to the Rigg family who purchased the land of Drumdryan in Edinburgh in 1788, and the name Drumdryan appeared in Fife around the same time. The quarry itself was once the property of the Earl of Wemyss, who we spoke about when we visited the Hill of Tarvet in early December. The Wemyss estate didn't work the quarry themselves, instead they rented it out as a sound opportunity. When the 1896 edition of the Ordnance Survey map was available, the quarry was again marked as disused. We know that it came into use again before 1946 because it was sold in that year as an active quarry. At this point, the quarry was in the possession of the Hill of Tarvet estate, which was the property of the Sharp family. By 1946, the Sharp family had suffered a great deal of loss, and it's worth mentioning that the sale of the quarry took place only 2 years before Elizabeth Sharp passed away, marking the end of the Sharp family's residence at the Hill of Tarvet.
So I guess stones from here probably helped build a lot of the buildings, both around Cupar.
Yeah.
And maybe Ceres as well.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's some beautiful sandstone buildings in Cupar, and they are very old. So.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we do plan to do as well at one point is we're going to take a little look at the town that we live in a little bit more detail. There's some really interesting features there. It's amazing as well, right? You can see the trees growing through this stone. We think that stone's hard. Trees are persistent things. Life will persist, it will grow through. It's absolutely incredible. Shall we get out of this old quarry then?
Yeah, it's moving a little bit. My feet are getting a bit cold.
Yeah, and it's started to snow again as well, so
Yeah.
we'll maybe get on our way.
Let's go see if we can go back to the trade route.
Yeah, let's see. Love walking through the woods. So shall we get moving before your toes freeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get a move on.
We'll head off down this way. Now, this is on the left, which is, I guess it's an arbitrary direction, but we're heading down the opposite direction that we came up in, just purely because we want to see what's around here. Now it looks like deer have been here.
Oh, yeah.
So I think if we have any trackers among you, you can tell me if that's red deer or... There's definitely a cleft hoof mark in there.
You can see it here as well.
Yeah.
And it's more striding. It's not like a rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, the little cleft hoof, right?
Yeah.
It's very cool. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous up here. Oh wow! Look at that view. Yeah, okay, let's get back to the house. We'll get a nice warm cup of tea. You can probably see it's just started to snow. Thanks to everybody for watching, liking and commenting. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Thanks too to everybody for helping us out by visiting our Etsy shop and for helping us out through Ko-fi. That makes a huge difference to us. Join us again next week, 7 PM on Friday. Hope to see you then.